Hey guys, so we're in Big Bend, we're right outside of Big Bend National Park.
Interlingua.
Yes, and we're staying at an RV park.
Paisano Village.
Paisano Village, yes. It's really nice.
But we're mainly here to recap the week we just had in East Texas. We went to the Houston area, just north of Houston, and then we went to Refugio and Corpus Christi and a few places around there, and got to have an amazing experience. So we'll try to take it chronologically. So when we left Florida, we didn't drive straight through to Texas. It would have been way too long. So we stopped in Lake Charles, Louisiana, for a stopover at the VFW there. Thank you very much for allowing us to stay there, to that VFW, their hospitality.
We didn't get there till it was pretty
midnight.
late, pretty late, and we left pretty early, so we just literally used their parking lot. But it was perfect. It was, we felt safe, and that was the most important part. But we called, and they were super kind and let us stay for a brief night, so we just wanted to say thank you.
And we learned a valuable tip. Always leave some water in your freshwater tank, because we unplugged from water, didn't fill up any water, and couldn't use the bathroom itself on the road. Well, we could, but so.
Always have water. So then we went from that VFW to the VFW in
Porter, Texas. It's just northeast of Houston, up 59. But so we went to that area to visit a dear friend of mine. He's an Army medic. We were medics together. He's actually my team leader when I first got in the Army. Was with the 10th Mountain Division. So I hadn't seen him since 2012, and we got to meet him. And
I got to meet him.
yeah, we got to see him. But it was really cool for us because we were able to meet his parents and his daughter and stuff. And
super sweet family, and they were so gracious and just let us do laundry and take showers.
She did our laundry.
Yes,
really.
His mom did
so
our
nice.
Laundry. It was super nice.
Offered us dinner, made us coffee. I mean, she's a beautiful woman, beautiful family.
She made homemade hot chocolate that was like a brownie in a cup. Oh gosh, it was so good. It was so good. But sorry.
Well, no, and then we got to eat some barbecue in Houston. We ate at Truth. It was the Truth. It was pretty good. It was
really good.
I mean, I don't really have any complaints at all about it. It was overall really good.
No, it was super good.
And then we went to the Museum of Natural History.
Science.
No, science.
Science.
She's right. Won't go into crazy detail, but amazing
cool, museum. Yeah, it's worth the money.
Big dinosaurs.
Yeah, they had it. Basically, it's a lot of museums in one. So we paid one price and got to see like 7 different exhibits. So super cool. We didn't get to see one of them because we were pretty tired. So, but then we stayed at the Wall & Porter.
Stayed at the VFW.
Yes.
So thank you to them as well. They we were actually able to spend a few days there, meet some really cool people.
Yeah.
Drink a few beers with some old vets. Yeah.
We had dinner with some guys, and that was really cool. Heard some cool stories.
But thank you all to the VFW, to Evan, your whole family. We really appreciate you guys' hospitality. It touched us, and next time we'll stay longer.
Texas, what I think of when I think of Texas.
And then I drove to Refugio, which was another really life-touching, if not changing, experience for us.
Yeah.
So we went down there to see another Army buddy, guy named Brock. I haven't seen him since 2012, and he'd really struggled the past few years and has had a lot going on. And even with everything he's had going on, he showed us such kindness, let us stay at his house, park our camper on his land, and afforded us the opportunity to go fishing with a really great group of guys we'll talk about a little bit more. introduced us to Miss Debbie Phillips.
His whole goal for having us there was to give to us, and that was like just so sweet. And you could see his heart and everything that he did. He if he wasn't going to be around to show us around, he wanted to make sure that we had someone to do something with and to have a good experience. So he planned everything, and it was just it was just really awesome, the thought that he put behind everything. And it wasn't even everything was amazing, and he went above and beyond, but just the thought that he put behind everything was just so touching.
Yeah, it was awesome. We and then we got to meet Miss Debbie Phillips, who's a very big philanthropist herself, does a lot for people, very involved with her ministry, and just a genuinely good person. And through Brock, we were able to meet her. She's actually the wife of the late Bum Phillips. For anybody that watches NFL, that's a pretty household name. But just a beautiful woman, very down to earth. Took us to her church out at a ranch, or in the middle of Texas, not hill country, but middle of the Texas countryside. And the whole church prayed over Elena, and just people were just so nice,
so genuine, and it was just really awesome to sit in Miss Debbie's presence and to know that she's sat among some of the great in the world, and she is just the most humble person that you would ever meet. Like, she was just so sweet. She is so sweet. We've even kept in touch, and that's just so incredible, just because her heart is in a place of true ministry, of actually connecting with people and meeting people right where they are. And it was just an incredible experience. We got to have lunch with her in her home and see some of Bum's stuff. Most of it they've donated to charity. I was reading in the book that she gave us. She gave us 2 books, actually.
Which one?
This was his autobiography. I started it, but I haven't finished it. And then she also gave us this other book that I'm excited to read. But it was just such a sweet experience, meeting her and just hearing some of her stories and some of the things that she's done. She's done a lot in her lifetime
for others, and had a lot of cool experiences.
Yeah,
she's a very nice
and
woman.
just super, super cool. But then we also got to go fishing.
Yeah, so a friend of Brock's, they got us set up to go on this guy that they had a friend that always goes and fishes every weekend in Port O'Connor, Texas, just north of Corpus Christi. And he said he took us out, provided all the rods, the lures, lunch,
brought us
just
lunch,
everything,
drinks, snacks.
And then he wouldn't even let me help clean the boat afterwards.
No, and he gave us his fish.
Yeah, so I didn't catch one big enough to keep, because redfish in Texas have to be at least 20 inches.
I think it's 21, but I'm not.
And mine was 19, so he gave us his. And then when we got back to dock after an awesome day of jamming out to 90s and 2000s rock, and just talking to this really cool guy. I mean, Mike is just, God, he was really so amazing, just a nice guy. But we got back, and his best friend Hot Sauce, who's actually a charter boat captain, gave us 3 sea trout that he had caught. Just gave them to us. We ate fish tacos for days.
So it says fishing with hot sauce. So if you ever are in Port O'Connor, or you can email him, fishing with hot sauce.
He's got a Facebook too.
Facebook, yeah, I'm not sure. And I like the back. It says
fresh water is for drinking. And I will say this: we were able to meet Hot Sauce, and
we heard lots of stories about Hot Sauce and
Mike,
his lack of fishing skills. No, I'm just kidding. About how great of a fisherman he is. But Mike might be better.
I don't know, but
we can't say
Hot Sauce is the career man. So, but either way, Hot Sauce was just another really cool guy. Like, we only got to meet him briefly, but he's that guy that's like, you want to be around that kind of guy. So if you do want to go do a charter around Port O'Connor or Corpus Christi,
we want to go
down,
too.
Yeah,
so
well, take us and hands down. Go fishing with Hot Sauce.
Yeah.
We're not getting any endorsements for this. I met the guy one time. I just really think he's a cool guy.
Truly. But Mike took us out. So Mike goes fishing every Saturday and Sunday, and has for, since he was a kid. He pretty much said, like, that is his love. And it was just really cool. Like, he knew everything about the water solely off of his own experience and just growing up there. And that was really cool listening to him tell all the stories.
So after an awesome day of fishing, like I said, we got to hang out for a few more days in the Refugio, Corpus Christi. If you look it up on the map, it's Refugio, but that's not how they pronounce it. But
we got to see Selena.
Oh yeah, the Selena Memorial.
And
that was cool.
There's supposed to be and that's in Corpus. And Brock also took us to the USS Lexington.
USS Lexington, yeah.
USS, sorry. SSS Lexington. And then there's supposed to be like a surfing Jesus, and there were a lot of statues going down the beach. But we also, while we were in Texas, got to
see one of our old buddies from Colorado.